Blackhead prevention begins with patience, not pressure. Blackheads form when oil, dead skin cells, and tiny bits of everyday debris collect inside a pore, and the top of that plug darkens after exposure to air. They are not a sign that someone is dirty, and they usually do not improve when the skin is scrubbed harshly. In many cases, rough treatment only leaves the skin more irritated, more reactive, and harder to manage. A calm routine usually works better than an aggressive one. Wash the face gently in the morning and again at night with a mild cleanser and lukewarm water. Avoid very hot water, rough scrubs, harsh brushes, and the urge to attack the skin as if it were a stain that can be polished away. If makeup, sunscreen, sweat, or daily buildup is still on the skin at the end of the day, remove it properly before bed. Lightweight, water-based, or non-comedogenic products are often a better choice for skin that clogs easily, especially around the nose, chin, forehead, and jawline. Moisturizer still matters, even when skin feels oily, because skin that feels stripped and uncomfortable can become more reactive. If the skin tolerates it, salicylic acid may help loosen clogged material inside pores, and adapalene may help keep pores from becoming blocked over time. The important thing is to start slowly and stay steady, instead of trying too much too fast. Squeezing blackheads with fingernails or tools may feel productive for a moment, but it often leads to irritation, lingering marks, and a cycle of touching the face that creates more trouble than progress. Hair oils, pomades, and heavy styling products can also quietly contribute to clogged pores around the forehead and temples, so it helps to keep those products away from facial skin whenever possible. Pillowcases, hats, and phone screens do not need to become a source of anxiety, but keeping them reasonably clean supports a better environment for the skin. Prevention is not about perfection. It is about making pores less likely to clog, keeping the skin barrier calmer, and choosing a routine gentle enough to keep doing for months. And now, with that practical skin advice folded away neatly like a clean towel in a bathroom cabinet, let us leave the cleanser, the mirror, and the blackhead strip aisle behind and step into a much more cheerful afternoon, one set in a small American town full of casseroles, folding chairs, raffle tickets, pie plates, coffee urns, and one retired gentleman who only wanted a peaceful weekend, but somehow became the unofficial star of the funniest misunderstanding the county had seen in years. In the town of Hollow Creek, Indiana, 75-year-old Stanley Mercer believed that most trouble arrived disguised as a favor. Trouble often wore sensible shoes, brought baked goods, and used phrases like, "It will only take a minute." Stanley knew this because he had lived long enough to recognize the pattern. He had retired from the county storage and records office after 41 years of receipts, inventory sheets, boundary maps, and the steady discipline of explaining to excited people that paperwork did not become correct simply because they were in a hurry. Stanley lived alone in a neat white house with a narrow porch, 2 rocking chairs, and a detached garage so orderly that neighborhood children believed the lawn tools were arranged by rank. His wife, Marion, had died 6 years earlier. Since then, he had built his days around routine because routine asked for little and gave back steadiness. Coffee at 6. Newspaper at 6:15, toast at 7, a walk at 8 if the weather had not become theatrical, lunch at noon, a nap after lunch that he described as horizontal repair, supper at 5:30, dishes at 6, porch by 6:30, bed by 10. It was a quiet life, a decent life, and most days it was enough. Yet some evenings, especially in late autumn, when the daylight folded itself away too quickly and the rooms seemed a little too willing to echo, the quiet in the house felt larger than the furniture. The chief threat to that quiet was his neighbor, Beverly Ann Polk. Beverly Ann was 72, cheerful, efficient, and powered by the kind of volunteer spirit that made reasonable people step backward. She wore bright cardigans, practical flats, and reading glasses on a chain that made her look permanently ready to fix a bake sale label, rearrange a coffee table, and recruit 4 people before anyone else had found a pen. She chaired the Senior Center Events Committee, helped with the church hospitality roster, organized the winter glove drive, and believed with full sincerity that every retired person in Hollow Creek had a hidden gift for public usefulness, especially the ones who denied it most strongly. On a breezy Thursday morning in November, Stanley was sitting on his porch with a mug of coffee and half a slice of pound cake when Beverly Ann came up the walkway carrying a covered casserole dish and a thick blue folder. Stanley took one look and said, "No." Beverly Ann stopped at the bottom step. "You have not even heard the request. You have paperwork. I also have chicken pot pie casserole. That makes it worse. That means I came prepared." "For what?" "For resistance." Stanley leaned back in his chair. "Then at least one of us entered this honestly." She climbed the steps anyway, set the casserole on the side table, and sat down without invitation. "The Autumn Community Jubilee has a problem," she said. Stanley closed his eyes for one brief second. The Autumn Community Jubilee was the annual Senior Center fundraiser involving pies, cakes, silent auction baskets, local music, raffle tickets, paper leaves, and enough folding chairs to seat either a church luncheon or a municipal hearing. "What sort of problem?" he asked. The announcer canceled. "Why?" "His daughter invited him to Bloomington." "That sounds legitimate." He also said he was not really a microphone person. Stanley nodded. "That sounds wise." Beverly Ann ignored him. "So naturally, I thought of you." "Why would you do that?" "Because you speak clearly, people trust you, and you are funny." He stared at her. "I am not funny. You are after 70. Dry counts. I worked in county records. You spent 40 years explaining facts to impatient people. That is practically entertainment." "That is not entertainment. That is administrative fatigue. You do not need to perform. Just welcome people, introduce the activities, announce the raffle, and keep the afternoon moving." "That sounds like work in good shoes." "That sounds like community. That sounds like pie with obligations." She smiled. "You'll be good. I'll be reluctant." "That is not a gift." "It should be." She tapped the folder. "I may already have written your name in pencil." Stanley looked at the casserole. "You volunteered me before asking?" "In pencil," she said. "I'm not reckless." "No," he replied, "just efficient in a way that lowers morale. The event is Saturday at 1, and if I refuse, I'll tell people you were intimidated by a microphone and decorative hay bales. Those are not equal threats. Together they are a believable story." So that was how Stanley Mercer, retired records man and defender of quiet Saturdays, became the emergency announcer of Hollow Creek's Autumn Community Jubilee. For the next 2 days, Stanley prepared as if he were negotiating peace between rival pie nations. He found his brown blazer, the one reserved for funerals, anniversaries, and restaurants where napkins arrived folded with ambition. He polished his loafers. He wrote note cards. Then he rewrote them. Then he made backup note cards because the first set looked, in his view, too optimistic for public use. On Friday morning, his daughter Laura called from Street Lewis. "Dad," Beverly Ann told Mrs. Dixon. "Mrs. Dixon told Aunt Carol, and Aunt Carol told me you're hosting the Senior Center fundraiser." "Beverly Ann should not have access to communication systems," Stanley said. Laura laughed. "You'll do great. I have 6 note cards. That means you care. I have backup note cards. That means you're still exactly yourself." I also practiced pronouncing the banjo player's last name. That means you're prepared. He practiced in the hallway mirror. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Autumn Community Jubilee. Too stiff. Hello, friends. Too sentimental. It's wonderful to see you all. Unverified, and therefore reckless. By the fourth attempt, he had thanked the umbrella stand, nodded at the thermostat, and introduced himself twice to the coat rack. At that point, he decided rehearsal had become embarrassing. Saturday arrived clear and bright. The senior center hall had been decorated in what Beverly Ann clearly considered elegant seasonal abundance and what Stanley privately considered autumn under committee supervision. Orange tablecloths covered every round table. Mason jars with battery candles sat beside little pumpkins, fake leaves, and bowls of wrapped peppermints. Along the back wall stood the dessert spread: brownies, lemon bars, cookies, sheet cake, pecan pie, apple pie, chess pie, banana pudding, pound cake, and one towering caramel cake that looked capable of independent judgment. The room filled early. Retirees in cardigans and sport coats settled with coffee cups and immediate opinions. Two men by the urn were discussing blood pressure medication with the seriousness of a treaty review. Three widows near the dessert table had already begun ranking the pies by crust confidence and emotional stability. Beverly Ann met Stanley at the door. "You're late." "I'm 8 minutes early." "That's socially late." "That is mathematically false." "You look distinguished." "You look operational." "That's because I'm prepared." "That is exactly what worries me." She handed him the microphone and a schedule card. "Welcome. Mystery item game, refreshments, music, raffle, closing remarks." He looked down. "What is the mystery item game?" "A little fun." That phrase should require documentation. Then she vanished. Stanley stepped to the front. The microphone squealed sharply. Half the room jumped. "Well," he said, "that certainly reduced the need for a subtle opening." The room laughed. "Interesting," he thought. He adjusted the microphone. "Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Autumn Community Jubilee, the only event in Hollow Creek where you can drink coffee, win preserves, and silently judge decorative pumpkins without legal consequences." The laughter came warm and immediate. "My name is Stanley Mercer, and I'm your announcer this afternoon because the original announcer received a stronger competing offer involving family, travel, and what I can only assume is a healthier relationship with microphones." That landed beautifully.